All right, everyone's favorite map, red card coming up. Again, grueler of a map. Pretty disappointing, like, with the way we played it. I think everyone was disappointed because the shit went to time. We outslayed and lost. So that was pretty troll, but we obviously need to or know what we need to work on. It just sucks because, like, it, you know, they were definitely saying that this map plays a little bit different in matches. But obviously there's shit we can work on this map. Looking at the match stats was wild. Everyone was negative on Ravens and we lose 3-2. I mean, that's what happens when you lose 2 searches and you slam in 1 hard point. That's what's going to happen. I think the bigger thing is the red card. The red card is, yeah, we outslayed and lost. But the fact that, like, oh, they all go negative, that tells nothing. They won 2 searches and we slammed in 1 of the hard points. It's just what's going to happen. And we slammed in the control kind of too. 2 offensive wins. That's not the way. Personally, that's not the way to look at it for me. You shouldn't look at the overall series like that if you're just going to look at overall KD. You should look at, we went to time on this red card hardpoint and outslayed and just completely, you know, played it sloppy. Everyone on our team will tell you that. As soon as we get these kills here, there should be a break. Ken even wins the gunfight on Teach too. We break this shit. But they end up re-breaking on our shit. Chat, the game should not even be going to time. Period. Everyone's talking about this last rotation like it's, I mean, obviously you're sure it's the last rotation. There are so many other things that could be looked at. Same thing, Anson not playing for the win, just kill whoring. Yeah, that definitely felt like what it is a lot of this part of the map. Like this specific kill, we get these kills outside. We get the kill on time. This guy shouldn't be able to pinch Ken on the hill. Now it's just white time. It's like we're focused a lot on people spawning up. I guess you'd call that kill whoring, yeah, for sure. Like right here, we get out of the hill, like Brandon gets out of the hill, he gets back in. I don't know. This is just... The whole white time shit is just... it fucks you up so much. Not only just the spawns wise, but obviously... This specific map, there's a lot of times where it can be white in general if you're playing regularly, like specifically on something like the P5. So anytime any extra white time that you're giving it makes it go to time. To be fair, it seemed like this map specifically, every time we'd have him go 3 dead, someone popping a 2 to bail him out. I mean, maybe, but a lot of time when we're getting kills and like this. Like, how is the hill white here? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if this is not on Kyler or anything, but like this is just the idea of like what we're trying to do. Or even Ant here, like Ant tries to pinch outer here, they spawn outer, and he gets killed for free. And then, yeah, it's just like we have to get so many more kills just to get on the time. And all that white time just adds up constantly. I think it was more just an emphasis that we were focusing on, like, possibly people coming out spawn and helping them out, but it's like... Yeah. This is insane, by the way. This was so awkward for, like, Ken. Because Ken is like, he spawns out and he's like, okay, I'm gonna have to block the goalie spawn. Or, like, pick up the route, because obviously he knows that someone's gonna be taking this route. Even Ant's looking for it, like, in case this guy, number 6, had taken... Because you always see this at the end of the P3s that people will take these routes either through here or like deeper, like number 6 Tej is doing. So Ant's even helping out Ken over here. But obviously, like, the hill pops were like, no one's on time. He's thinking that, you know, I think Ken's thinking that Ant's going to go on time or someone's going to go on time because he's going to have to be the one to play in this and block the spawn, or else they're just going to spawn here at the goalie. And that means, you know, he was going, I mean, technically Brandon just spawns up, but Ken was, you know, on his way to go to the hill because he sees this shit's white. So that means Brandon goes to the hill. Ken's like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to play the back, but he doesn't know where this guy could be now. And this guy went super deep around the arches. He's going to kill Ken. And then he just wallbangs Brandon off time. Like, look at this wallbang, dude. Bro. That wallbang saves them so much. That's the start of the hill. You know, 50 seconds left on the hill. If Brandon would have been able to stay down, they have to push him. Number 3 comes off spawn. He might be able to get 1 or 2, make this mixy. We keep this side over here. It's a completely different game. I think this TJ kill actually, like, low-key wins them the game. I'm not even kidding. But it stems with that rotation for sure. It stems with the awkwardness of how that rotation felt. And then, you know, obviously the wallbang doesn't help, and it just makes it a lot worse. Yeah, and honestly, it is good IQ by Teach, 100%. It's a great play. He knows that like the guy that probably got on hill is spawning goalie, is going to time, so he's just gonna wallbang the low time closer to like the goalie side. He ends up getting the pick for it. It literally, I mean, personally, I think that shit wins him the game. I'm not even kidding. Like, we get this last 10, but you know, they broke that shit at like 51 or 50. Even this rotation's awkward. Like, the way Ken's playing it, he doesn't think that they're gonna like just shortcut straight to like our side ticket. We have nothing on the rotation midwise, and they just kill him from the side and ticket, and then kill the guy in the stands, and the rotation's completely fucked. So everyone's like, "Oh, we aren't rotating." It's like we're not picking up the right thing. Like, we're not. You see what I'm saying? It's not that technically we're not rotating, but it's just the way we're rotating. Because we are like, rotating closer to the hill. They're just taking these gaps that they find, and the gap shouldn't be there in the first place. And it's just hard to get time on this P5 in general. So like, you know, P5 is going to be white a lot of the time. It's just the fact that it's so white on these other, you know, hills, and it stacks up, and it just stacks up on you. And sometimes, you know, bro, it's a minute left on the clock, and it's 167, 167. Like, we talked about this play too, but we give up this P1 pressure so easily here. Like, look at this. Like, we're first new, re-rotated. We're gonna get this kill. Brandon gets this kill, but he's got to be. I mean, he's still looking for people on this side of the map, but they've spawned out. Like, dub. And now we have no pressure on this side. We spawn out low here, and like we have 0 pressure on the hill. We're not even soaking the hill time. More white time, chat. So again, it just compounds and compounds. And obviously, this is, you know, maybe it does play a little bit differently in matches, but it's definitely something we got to work on. That's not a surprise either. Like, we talked about it. You could tell it goes to time and we outslayed, you know? The only way that happens is if it's so white time and, you know, we're not playing the way we should be. What happened to playing for the win? Hey, man, I guess a red card was the anomaly for us on that map. I will say we haven't really had this problem on any map, you know, in the last 2 years, so this is definitely one that needs to work on it. Because in our game, the way we want to play, outslaying and losing is like super troll, and none of us think it's acceptable, obviously. Even here, like, TJ is able to get this route through mid, but the way we're playing, we're not even picking up mid, you know? It's like, and that's, you know, day one almost. We're like so focused on the people on the hill, but you got to trust your teammates with the hill shit. Make it easy on us. Make them all have to come through one way. I mean, I've even talked about it in our bot sessions, right? But it's a lot different in matches. I don't want to say it's like such an easy thing to realize. So like, again, yeah, sure, we can talk about this last rotation. The fact is, it should not even be going to time like this. This is just the end all, you know, everyone's reaction to it because it's the final end of the game, and that's, you know, technically the hill we lost on. But bro, this should not be happening regardless. We're out slaying, and it's going to, it's 201 and 196 with 20 seconds left on the clock. You know, and don't, you know, chat, don't think we're like content with it. Obviously, we know. We spent hours after the match watching the whole shit back, and specifically this map too. Do you know why some matches or maps play differently in matches? I mean, it has a combination of how teams play it, and if you feel like you're in different situations and you usually are in scrims, I mean, that's what happens. I personally, I can't, you know, tell you anything about that because I've never played in a match, so I don't really know that feeling. But I guess if you ask players, you could probably tell, or they could probably tell you.